Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Daily High with your hosts, Matt McGregor and Tone Vase. Good morning, Tone. How are you, mate?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm out of Colorado. Man, that was a long trip between Vegas and Colorado, and it's not like I was like sleeping 14 hours a day before heading out to Vegas, you know? Like it's man, and I'll be relaxing with my barbecue from the woods tomorrow.
Well, while you're enjoying that, let's take a quick peek at Bitcoin. There's a little bit to talk about. In yesterday's show, you said that you were red candle bearish, like with a hesitance on the day, and I was quite bullish. And ironically, we're back in about the same spot we were
It's funny,
yesterday.
it's like we were both right, right?
Yeah,
Because like
mm,
I said we're gonna have a red candle, which we did.
we
In
did.
fact, it broke the MRI count, which
Yeah.
I didn't even think it was gonna be that bearish. And this morning I wake up and it's like, oh, we're back. Okay, but we'll
Yeah.
reset the MRI. So I actually have a bunch to talk about. So why don't you go first? And the bang box is in a trade, right?
Yeah, I'll go first. Speaking of which, please like and subscribe. Please share it with your friends. Use the affiliate links in the description below. Join the free bot. Join the Discord group. It's all there for you. You'll see it there below. The community is growing like wildfire. I'm going to go first, like I have every other day this week, because there's only been one thing for me to say all week, and we're right there right now. Um, Look at this. I mean, this is what, if you've been watching the show, what are we talking about here? The low, the lower high, the higher low, and the reset. Yesterday, when we were right here, like virtually the same price at 64,000, give or take 300, I was like, I think we're going to break this today. I think we're going to move up to the next level, and get out of this zone that we've been in. And we didn't. We came right down to here at the 62, 63,000. And then, as Tone said, when we started the show, we were back to the same spot we were yesterday. So it's going to be really quick for me. But I did enter a trade today. I'll show you on the 4 hour time frame. But I'm in from 63,328, which is in nice profit thus far. But look, this is it for me. This is all eyes on this. Can we break through like 65, 200? Can we break through this point we are now? I just want to kick on and then challenge this area here, break the Lucisar, onwards and upwards. But that's long-term thinking. I just want to get some space between this, which we've been flirting with now for what seems like a week, right? So 4 hour time frame. Let's have a gander. I entered today on when we came back down and we retested the 50 here and we started to move up. I thought I'd get a better entry because I did. Once we were when we were down here, I wasn't feeling real good. We had got to a low and then a low, and then we had put this low in here, which was like, oh man, we've got like a triple, quadruple, quintuplet bottom here, sextuplet bottom. Surely we're going to come back down and retest the 60 or something like that. But then when we did start to make a little move up, we didn't get the bearish cross. I was like, all right, all right. I normally make like one trade a day. I'm having at it. And now I feel the same way on the other side. We touched the MRI acceleration zone here. We touched it here. We've touched it right now. We've touched it again. Are we going to break this? It was this. I feel the same way. Like, are we going to break these three touches here? Or are we going to break these three touches here? I'm I think we're going to break this upside. I felt the same way as I did yesterday. I think we have a real good chance of going uh, to the next level. So I'm really excited about that. Look, I'll take a break even trade on this thing. I want to sit in it for a minute, see how we go. Uh, the last thing I have to say is obviously Bang Box. We are currently in a trade right now. I really want this thing to kick on. The stop loss has moved up really nicely, so we're protected basically either way here. There is a chance of a small loss on the trade, but it is looking all right. So we entered the trade right here. We came up instantly, which was fantastic, which moved all the trailing stops up to a reasonable, very manageable, at worst loss here. And now we're cracking on past this. This will move up to a break even in the next 5 minutes. I really think that we've got a good chance to kick on. I mean, watching it right now, it looks really terrific. This is what we want from a bang box trade. If we can get to here, that's 20%. It would be really valued right now if we could get a 20% trade. As I said in last night's show, I sort of sneak peeked what was coming in the next week. We're going to have take profits built in. So you would have already taken profit here, more take profits here, which really defends the position that even if I love this take profits that we're going to implement because this take profit here, if you came down and stopped out here, it would equalize the trade to break even or better. It equalizes the trading fees and also the slight losses. So it really protects the position really well in the early stages of the trade. Then it lets it run. Thereafter, we can run. This could turn into a 70% trade if it in
And
the
are we gonna see the stop loss move up in real time right now?
yeah, well, within 4 minutes,
Or
we'll
it
see
has
it.
to, does it have to wait for the candle to close?
It does. It does, in fact, have to wait for the candle to close. But you will see the stop loss move up to what I'm assuming is about break even on this trade in 3 minutes. So I'll come back to you. I'm not going to sit here for 3 minutes. You know how I feel about this. I'm feeling really, really positive about this. I think we're on the verge of going,
We
"Ah."
are, we're no, we're breaking out.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is why I got a lot to talk about today. I'm back in the bullish position. It's not a
Oh,
100% bullish position, but probably by end of day today it will be a 100% bullish position. I still have very, very minor concerns. I'm gonna go over those concerns, but the charts look awesome across all time frames, and I'm gonna get
before you
into why.
do, please like and subscribe. Please share it with your friends. My producer tells me I have to say this 3 times a show. I'm going to give you two today. I'm not going to do one at the end. Join the Discord group. Join the free bot. It's right there in the description below. We'd love to have you. Tone, what are you seeing, mate?
All right, let's go. Let me adjust this a bit. All right, screen share. So this was the 4 hour chart I was looking at while Matt was speaking. And because I saw that really long acceleration line, I had my consolidation channel. You can see, I'm going to delete this channel because it's not that necessary. There was a very slight uptrend here. And so this channel, actually I can put the channel back because it's a slight uptrend channel. And this looks good. This
Yep.
looks very bullish to me.
Yep.
And it's still moving in that direction. We just got a green star candle on the 4 hour. You can see the prior green star candles. The last one that did not work out. The one before is kind of worked out, not as good as I would like. And the one before, again, debatable whether it's worked out or not. I mean, for me personally, right, when it comes to trading, any trade you didn't lose money on is a win. Okay? Only trades you lose money on is a loss. You can have a dozen break-even trades in a row, and they're all winners because you're there to fight another day. Okay?
And Tone,
So
just on that, man, like when we look at Bang Box, the worst trades we have are the ones where we enter the trade and then it doesn't give it. We've got an initial stop loss in place. We've got protection in the trade, but it doesn't get a chance to rise at all. And so you just come back down and close the trade at a loss. It sucks. It absolutely sucks. But most of the time, we're entering a trade and the price will move up slightly. The trailing stop will immediately fork in. And exactly what you're just saying, like we have that money management built into the Bang Box the same way. I mean, it's based off your teachings, and we could use that, apply that to any one of these green diamonds, green stars that you've got right here. Would all have that same risk management, the trade management built into them. So you could look at any one of these and see that we raised, a percent or two, and I know Tone would have called them. Looking back at them right now, it looks like, well, they didn't materialize. But a lot of those with 10x leverage trading got you into at least break even because we moved up the stop losses, right?
exactly, exactly. And we are breaking that acceleration line in a 4 hour, and these lines, they don't last that long, right? Here's the last time we broke one of these acceleration lines. We did go higher, not substantially higher, but higher. And we did, pull back, made a higher low, and then had uh, an MRI buy on the 4 hour that kind of reversed everything once again. So to me, all we got to do is close this 4 hour candle. I know we still have an hour and a half to go. And Joe Colasari sent off a very sarcastic tweet this morning about, how recession is imminent as the stock market made a new all-time high. Again, something that we've been saying here for a while. that I'm expecting to be very, very bullish on the
I
stock
think
market.
you've been saying that for at least 2 years, I think, Tone, to be fair.
More like 12, but yes. Uh, and Look, I really wanted a bigger pullback, but I also wanted an MRI top. I didn't get either, right? So I wanted to see an MRI top candle today, but yesterday's candle was so weak that it broke the count, which I did not expect. So because the count is broken, we never got our MRI daily top. And now we're setting up for a green star candle tomorrow. This is a little bit strange. And also, we're about to break 65,000. This is a little too bullish, but I can't ignore the fact that it's bullish, right? Like, I'd rather be too bullish than bearish, right? The optimal zone is enough bullishness, right? But if I had to choose, would I rather be in a bearish state or an extra exponential rise bullish state? Obviously, I'm going to take the unreasonable bullish state. And that's the state we're in on a short to intermediate term basis. We do need a pullback. I kind of wanted more of a consolidation so that the pullback itself doesn't really go below 60, because if we got the pullback that Socrates was talking about when we did our show on Monday or Tuesday, whenever that was, he was looking for a potential a pullback to 58,000. I didn't want to see a pullback that low, but at the same time, I would like to see a pullback, which isn't happening. The fact that the daily MRI top is not coming is unfortunate because it doesn't allow me to properly reset with a pullback. But hell, you go with the flow, and the flow now is definitely bullish.
Yeah,
Okay.
spot on to it. I mean, even on Monday with Socrates and all week, I've said the same thing. I'm all ears for a pullback to 60, 58, whatever like that. But there's no use even considering it until we at least start breaking some of these areas of support below. And we haven't, so I've got no concern about it, right? You will deal with
Yeah.
that when we deal with that.
Right. So I'm sliding over this thing because I didn't actually get in on that candle. I get in on this candle. I'm not back to 60% yet, but but unless this thing completely reverses and collapses in the next 3 hours, I will be in 60%, maybe more. I don't know. I'll decide when I finally open my trading account. And I'm moving into IBIT instead of Fidelity, getting ready for options trading because I don't want to have to flip it later. I don't want to. I may not exit this trade. We could actually be at, so someone mentioned 84,000 by end of day. You know what? Maybe not by end of day, but by end of month, end of,
Who
well, probably more likely
who
next
said
month.
who
Very,
said
very
80
likely.
who said 84,000 by end of day? I want to follow them. That's my kind
Someone,
of guy.
no, no, someone in our live chat. Someone in our live
Oh,
chat mentioned it. I saw it. Yeah.
what's your Twitter handle?
Yeah, Turub Hodel, Turub Hodel. I know him actually. He
All
sends
right,
me like really cool customized stuff. Turub Hodel's like
great.
83,000 by end of day today. Maybe not today, but by end
Yep,
of month? Shit, anything's possible right now because we're breaking out of
that's
some.
the guy.
We haven't broken out yet, but we're sniffing the breakout
Yeah,
now.
yep, yep. Agreed.
And as far as the weekly chart is concerned, I don't want to see a runaway week. I want to see a consolidated week. So as far as the weekly is concerned, I would like to see us stay under 66,000 for the week, which is not, a big ask. Tomorrow is already Friday, so we have to hold out till Sunday, one rough day in between, and we're there. Because the reason why I don't want to see a runaway week is because I don't want to see the July situation repeat, where the first candle in the uptrend is a runaway week, and then the following week is a doji candle on a green star, and then it all goes back down. I want to see the runaway week be the green star candle, not the candle before the green star candles. So I think that's going to be more likely to happen. We get the big week next week, and I think breaking 70 is going to be rough. I think so many people have gotten caught buying in the 70s
Hmm.
in the beginning of the year that they're going to be more than happy to exit in the low 70s. And when all those people finish exiting, we will see a massive run up to 100.
I think it'll piss through 70 like you wouldn't believe. Because I think this is the crux of it right here. Just my opinion. I think this descending bullshit we've been in for 40 years is what it feels like is going to crack through and 70 won't mean shit. That's my opinion. But we'll talk about that next week.
Yeah, well,
We'll
I
talk,
would love to
we'll
talk about the 70 resistance early next week. So let's see.
well, we might be talking about it this in about half an hour, I suppose, and according to the chat. So let's do that.
All right, we just broke 65, so that's great.
Nice.
All right,
Feeling alive.
let me look at other markets.
What's the stock market doing? It's got to be moving. It's got to be doing something.
We're way behind on the cycle. Like in order for us to be in line with the cycle, we need 80,000 imminent and then keep going. Ooh,
Oh,
there goes that oil
huge.
trade.
Bang.
So the oil trade would have certainly hit a stop loss probably last night. Wow, I had no idea. So the
So do
oil
I.
trade worked well, and my target was very, very lofty. We had a green star candle. I was very, very happy with this. But this is where, so the way I tend to do my stop losses is I usually move up my stop loss to just below the prior candle's lows. So at worst case scenario, I'm exiting on what day is that? September 17. Otherwise, I'm definitely exiting on September 23rd. And if somehow I was stubborn, I am absolutely exiting on a low close that's lower than the prior candle's low, right? So those are the only options, right? So even if I was to hold out and not take the intra-candle trade because I was stubborn that I'm right, I
Yeah.
have no choice but to close out when the close of that candle is lower than the prior candle's low. So no matter how you slice it, yesterday's candle takes me out of any profitable trades because I will never let a winning trade, especially of this magnitude, go into a bearish trade. In case people are wondering what was the possible max gain. Oh, shoot. How do I? There it is. What was the possible max gain on a single oil contract? If you enter an oil contract right here, the max gain on this contract, on one contract, was $5,820. That was the max gain in the price of oil on buying a single contract. And in order to control a single contract of oil, back in the day, all you needed was $10,000 in your account. I would never recommend trading an oil contract with $10,000 in your account. You really want a few $100,000 in your account, but the margin of capital you would need to execute this trade is only $10,000.
Mm.
So on 10,000 in margin, this trade was up 5.82, uh, basically 60% on your margin that the broker would allocate to the side every day.
Yeah.
That's pretty damn good.
Pretty
That's
good,
on
man.
one contract. Okay. Two contracts, obviously, it's going to hold 20 in margin. And your trade was never in danger, like maybe for the first few hours. That's it. Okay. Let's move on to gold. Gold continues to rip higher. My target remains $3,000, but the $3,000 is very fluid. My real target is the next MRI top. Just like the last two MRI tops slowed down the movement of gold, I am looking for the weekly MRI top coming in sometime at the end of October for the next gold MRI top. Let's talk
Yeah.
stock market. Stock market is
Ooh,
at a new all-time high.
beautiful.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no, beautiful. Looks great. Fuck. Yeah.
Looks great. I've been bullish on the stock market the whole way through, and again, I think this is now an intermediate high off of the fact that rates were lowered. I think he lowered them too much. I think he's just boosting the re-election chances of the current administration. And once this reaches an MRI top on the weekly, I will I will be looking for a pullback for sure. Now on a daily scale, I think we just blew right through an MRI top on a daily scale, unless it's today. Let me see. MRI is loading. No, we're on a green star candle. We are back,
Nice.
baby. we are actually going to be super close to lining up the next daily MRI top with the weekly MRI top. Remember when this happened in oil in the opposite direction? This is what's coming. I would love to see the stock market rally. So they would perfectly line up actually, because if today is Thursday, the fourth candle is going to be Friday, and then if there's no holiday next week, and I don't believe that there is, then yeah, the MRI top is going to potentially come next Friday, which puts it right in line with the following Monday being a weekly MRI top. That's one day off. That's going to be, for me, that's a potential short in the markets. That's very interesting. And that is pretty much it. I know we haven't looked at any stocks or any shitcoins in a while. And
Can you just bring up Tesla? Can you bring up Tesla for a second? Somebody put a comment in your private MRI chat. I thought I wanted to have a gander. Mm,
looking great. Looking very
juicy.
bullish here. That's the monthly chart, waiting for the MRI to load. Nope, I don't have the MRI turned on.
Bang.
The MRI is on a monthly green star candle. That is a monster. That is an absolute monster. We can go back and look. The last time there was a monthly MRI candle in Tesla, it did top the following candle, but definitely remember the green star would have shown up way
Yeah.
earlier in this candle,
Yeah.
and it's up to you to decide at which point. Like now that the month is running out of steam, I mean, I would have entered this earlier based on that. When you go to the weekly scale, it's more manageable. On a weekly scale, we look incredibly bullish.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why I had this blue line here, probably from the daily scale. Right. That blue
Mhm.
line was from the daily scale, and the moment this blue line got broken,
We crossed
also
that
with the
acceleration line and we're looking fucking beautiful. Yeah.
uh no, I think we'll get exhausted before that, and
Yeah.
there'll
But
be a new.
in
Yeah.
time when that crosses. Mm.
Oh boy, look, the Tesla has not had a daily MRI top since I called this top, right? Remember this daily
Mm.
top that I called in
Yeah.
Tesla off the
Sure.
MRI?
Yeah.
Tesla hasn't had one yet, and it's coming. So next
MR,
week,
MRI support and resistance down there. Magic to the
oh,
dollar.
beautiful. Yeah, crazy. Man, I
Great.
need to stop traveling and start trading again. And a bunch of green star candles. Look at this.
Yeah.
A bunch of them in a row. One, two, three, four. Could have. When I get back to back green star candles without a red star candle, I add to my trade.
Mm.
So I would have added to this trade potentially 4 times,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? I'm not saying I'm gonna 2x it every time. That may be a little extreme. But when a green star candle doesn't work out, and it doesn't exit me, right? So for example, this green star candle doesn't work out, the red star candle removes my trade.
Mm.
But when this green star candle doesn't work out and there is no red star candle, my trade doesn't actually get taken out. So if I get a second green star candle, I add to my trade. In this case, if I have the capital, I would double it. And then you get another one, and this one is even better. So I may double it again, or I may just go 3x of the original. And then I
Yeah.
get another one, right? So this I might not have added on this one because now I'm already making money, and there's no point anymore. But MRI top's coming, so I would look to exit at the double top here with the MRI. Wow, Tesla chart's looking great. Nvidia, not as good, but decent. And I don't know. Let's look at, well, MicroStrategy is
But
probably ripping nicely.
just bring
Yeah.
up Bitcoin again, mate, because Bitcoin's having its little fit where it got over
Hissy fit.
65 and it's
Oh
flashing
yeah,
out.
there it
Yeah.
goes.
Yeah.
There it goes. Yeah, again, this is why I think breaking 70 is going to be a challenge because
Yeah.
there's too many people that have gotten, with their pants down a little bit and they're just praying to get back to break even, which is a mistake. Uh, right? Like
Right.
there's two mistakes people make. One of the mistakes is, let me go to the higher level time frame here. So one of the big mistakes people make is right here. This is the 2017 bull top. Like one of the mistakes people make is praying for break even to get out, and it doesn't make it to break even, and they get caught on that second hump,
Yeah.
right? That's one mistake that they made. That most
Well, that's
people,
that's
the
how you
big
make
picture.
That's how you make hodlers, man. That's how you make a hodler.
Right. Like, it's not classic bubble chart, classic bubble chart. You know, this one, right? Like
Right.
the classic one, right?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Return to normal, right? So this is where they're praying to get to break even,
Yeah.
and they never do, and then they get caught on this big drop in disbelief, right?
Right.
So that's a very common mistake. The other common mistake is and one of my friends did this, and I was warning him. He bought at the 2013 all-time top and was waiting to get out at break even,
Yeah.
and did get out at break even. When
Oh,
I was
fuck.
screaming, no, that's when you double and triple and quadruple down, right? So so that's the other common mistake that uh, I don't want to say amateur traders because he's not really a trader, right? Like
Oh,
amateur like
I've
stock
done them
market
all.
investors.
I've done
Hmm.
them all. I've done them
Right.
all.
So you wait 4 years to get out with a tiny bit of profit, and then he missed this whole he missed the whole
Right.
run up in
Right.
2017, right? And I
Right.
begged him not to do that, not to get out, right? So these are the two common mistakes. Now, again, I'm always open and transparent. I felt that right here, because we broke the prior swing high at the end of 21, I was expecting significantly higher prices. So I got caught on this one, but not all the way down. I did become a serious bear later on. Okay.
Yep.
So obviously I was out at an eventual point. But but yeah, but those are the two most common mistakes. And that's why I think there's going to be a lot of people exiting in the low 70s. But it looks like we're coming back here. It looks like it was a short-term hissy fit and we're okay. Nope, we're not. We're still going
Bang
down.
Box is just about to close the trade in profit right now.
Did it? Oh, you raised the stop. Why don't you go to screen share and show it?
Yeah, yeah, I'll do the screen share. We might as well watch it close the trade in real time. It's right
So, so
now.
it's closing in profit because you adjusted the stop
See,
loss on your last iteration, right?
stop loss is now there. Oh, like see, like this is how we trail it, right? Like look how close we were. I'm gonna zoom into that. The price we're still in right now, which is that must be
Are you
not.
sure? It looks like you did touch that line.
No. We did not touch that line, and it will be fractionally still in this trade. No, we're still in the trade completely. So what are we looking at right now? So let's have a look. So we're in seven, nearly 8% profit right now. If we stop where we stop out right now, it's a nearly 6%, 5.7%. But I want to see this thing move. This is why I didn't I built a bot that tries to make trading easier for people and made a stress machine for myself because everybody I'm watching I've never watched 15-minute time frame in my life as closely as I do right now. But this is what we're looking at right now. So hopefully we can get some breathing room here, but we'll pull at least nearly 6% out on the trade. So we'll see how it goes. Come on.
And by the way, I just want a question for you.
Shoot.
Remember when you shut down the bot about 3 weeks ago or something, or a month ago, in
Right.
order to reevaluate and make your stop losses in the beginning of the trade a little tighter? Did this contribute to it? Would this have potentially the stop loss would still be below break even if you didn't make that adjustment?
No. We didn't stop. We didn't stop the bot for that reason. We stopped it because in the code there were these little phantoms. It was firing like phantom signals, and it was firing trades when there shouldn't have been trades, and it was like a ghost in the system. We figured out exactly what it was, but it took us like a week to figure out what it was. It was a trading view fuck up, and we had to talk with all the devs at TradingView to figure out what it was. But it was some weird phantom thing that was built in the code. It wasn't anything to do with the strategy. The new strategy that's coming out would have taken profit here. It would have taken profit here, and so what? So much, well, so far like that. So we would have taken 25% out, 25% out, whatever, like that, and then let the rest roll through. So we're still in this trade 100% at the moment. So
Okay, gotcha.
we're only a week away from bringing those implements out. But we've got
Okay,
we've
so
got
this is so So the stop losses are still the original formula from months ago.
Yeah, it's exactly what it was
Okay,
before. But we've
gotcha.
got we're launched. We've got Blowfin coming by the end of the week, by next week, and that's when we're going to be implementing the take profits built into it as well. So
Um,
we're looking
so
good.
okay, so you got 9 more minutes in the scandal, and the trade is still on, and it's in profit. Excellent. All
Yeah,
right,
it
man. I
won't.
think it's time to close this out.
Yep, so do I. So do I. Thank you guys. Thank you for a wonderful show. Is today's Friday? Today's not Friday. No,
No,
tomorrow's
today's
Friday.
Thursday.
Awesome. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Can't wait to see you. Thanks, guys, for joining.
Yep. I might do a show with Mark Wood in like 20 minutes. Let me like figure out what I'm doing with my life after like 3 weeks of travel and organizing a conference. All right, guys. Thank you all for